Hello, my name is Bernard Hoekman, and I'm the director of a project called RESPECT, which stands for Realizing Europe's Soft Power in External Cooperation and Trade. This is a consortium. The project is being implemented by a consortium of 10 partner institutions in total, and it's funded by the European Union and under the framework of the Horizon 2020. What the project tries to do, and the main research question that informs the project, is to try and get answers to the question, does it make sense to link trade policy to the achievement of non-trade policy objectives? And these non-trade policy objectives are essentially the core values of the European Union. These are kind of areas that the European Union collectively has designed as being priorities for the Union as a whole to pursue. And they cover things like labor standards, environmental protection, civil rights, human rights. These are all examples. And essentially what the Union is trying to do is it's saying when we negotiate trade agreements or when we have relationships with partner countries, essentially what we're trying to do is to link trade, to link access to the European market to the achievement, to the improvement of labor standards, environmental protection in partner countries. So the project is largely empirical. We have a mix of methodologies that are being used. It's an interdisciplinary project. It has economists, lawyers, political scientists attacking this question through different lenses. And that, in a sense, is one of the interesting parts for the project as a whole, is it's very empirical. It's really trying to get an answer to this question, but looking at it from different perspectives. One of the kind of main corollary questions that is being explored in this project in terms of getting an answer to the question, does it make sense to link trade to non-trade policy objectives? Does it work? Is to also look at the instruments that the European Union has to pursue external objectives. So we have trade policy, but we also have development policy. We have a variety of external relations types of instruments that fall under the heading of economic diplomacy. Examples would be trade promotion, investment promotion, export credit. And one of the interesting things about these policy instruments is that some of them are applied by the European Union on behalf of all the member states, and some of them are pursued by individual member states. And one of the questions we're asking there is what the member states are doing, let's say in the area of trade promotion or economic diplomacy, is that consistent with what the European Union is trying to do on behalf of all of the member states? So in a sense, what is being done by the European Commission, by the European institutions? So are these complementary instruments, or is it the case that what some of the member states are doing actually works against what the Commission is trying to achieve, or vice versa? So this falls under the kind of broad question of policy coherence, and essentially what we're asking is, are European policies, both at the member state level and at the Union level, are they coherent? And if not, one of the objectives of the project is to come up with recommendations as to how to make those policy instruments more consistent so that they actually become more effective in achieving the Union's non-trade policy objectives. For more information, please go to the website of the project. It's called RESPECT, and you'll find lots of papers, information on events, and kind of updates on where we are.